Welcome to the Ultimate Seattle Sports Show. Thank you for starting your week with us. Alongside Chris Egan, I'm Paul Sylvie. And Chris, I don't have to ask you because every Monday comes around and I know you had a busy weekend, so I just let you go first.
Well, I think this was busy for everybody. I mean, it was an incredible sports weekend, so much going on. You got NBA, you got the Stanley Cup. What a game that one was. Seawolves with a nice win last night, Paul. Mariners, we're going to get into it. A roller coaster weekend for them. There was good, there was bad, there was a little ugly. We're going to break that down. And then Paul's showing it. He's showcasing it today. It is World Cup week underway. Paul, representing the red, white, and blue, the United States of America. USA! USA! You're ready to go, baby.
Man, flying the flag. Opening week of World Cup. Mexico gets it all started Thursday against South Africa. U.S. plays Paraguay on Friday. So,
did you hear that, everyone? If you're listening at home, did you hear how Paul said it? Paraguay. Is that right?
Yeah, I got that straight from Brian Schmetzer last week. I always get Uruguay and Paraguay mixed up. So
Okay.
Brian Schmetzer corrected us all last week as we get ready for World Cup. And again, we'll talk more about that later on. Former Sounder Lamar Nagel is going to join us in a few. Let's take a look at what's on tap for today's show. Mariners lose 2 out of 3 in Detroit. Lots to talk about after yesterday's game, and a lot of questions as well. Dave Softy Mahler of Sports Radio 93.3 KJR-FM joins us to do a little venting, I'm sure. We'll also talk Seahawks with Softy on the eve of the team's 3-day minicamp. And with the World Cup getting underway this week, former Sounder Lamar Nagel will join us to talk about the U.S. team and the Sounders. So a lot to get to there, Chris. I know that World Cup is, kind of a snooze for some people. Soccer in general is kind of a snooze for some people. But when you get the Americans involved, World Cup years past when the Americans played well, they even made it on sports talk all over the place. So
and Paul,
let's
not forget, this is still the most popular sport in the world. So here we go.
That's right.
Button up. But most popular here in the city of Seattle, the Seahawks and the Mariners. So we're chatting about them as we speak.
Yeah, let's do that. First up, the Mariners continue their 10-game road trip tonight in Baltimore. The M's let one get away from them in Detroit Sunday as the Tigers walked them off 5-4. Andrés Muñoz with the 5th blown save of the season, his 5th blown save. He had 6 total last season, Chris, so something's up with him for sure.
Yeah, we're going to break that down. I love to break down the weekend as well because we usually come on this show and it's post one game. I think we have to look at 3 games. They went to Detroit. We talked about it last Friday. This was a Detroit team. Hasn't had a great season, but they were starting to get hot. I thought the Mariners were the better team in this series, Paul, but ends up Detroit wins this series. You go to Friday night. Brian Wu struggled in that game. Detroit takes game 1. You're still feeling okay. Bryce Miller will break down. Game 2 was absolutely amazing. I mean, Bryce Miller was just picture perfect on Saturday. Then you go to Sunday and you're thinking, Luis Castillo, how's he going to do? Luis pitches great. And then, Paul, goes to Andrés Muñoz, has a chance to get the save. You mentioned his 5th blown save. And, the numbers this season for Andrés Muñoz have not been the numbers we've seen over the past 2 years. So far, he has pitched in 25 games. He has a 5.40 ERA. He has 5 blown saves once again. He's given up 14 earned runs in those 25 games. Now, that to me is the most alarming stat of all, the 14 earned runs. Last season, he pitched in 64 games and gave up a total of 12 earned runs. This season, he has already given up 14 runs in 25 games. Command seems to be an issue. On Sunday, 2 more walks. He was primarily using the fastball. Here's Dan Wilson on his closer.
What did you see that was going on with Mooney there in the ninth?
Yeah, it just looked like, the command wasn't there, and couldn't seem to find it, with the couple hitters, and as we know, walks can hurt, and those 2 came around to hurt us, but it looked like just having a hard time finding the command.
He almost went exclusively fastball. Was that in an effort to get that pitch, or?
I think just trying to find that release point, and I think things kind of go off of the fastball. I thought he got the quick out really quickly there, the first out of the inning, and then it just seemed like he couldn't find it after that, but he fought hard to get that second out, and it's just like I said, it's just a tough way to lose that one.
All right, Andrés Muñoz, is he pitching like the all-star we know right now, Paul? The answer, no. Should the Mariners panic? I think no. I know there's a lot of people on social media panicking on this day, saying Matt Brash needs to be the closer. We got to get Brash in there. I've heard a couple people throw out the rock, Luis Castillo. Let's begin with Matt Brash. He is not the closer. This is a pitcher you need to stay healthy. He needs to pitch on days when he is ready. You just can't pull him out there every single day. You need Brash in October. You need Brash healthy. Ferrer Paul might be an option. He has been a closer before, but personally, I don't think you do anything right now. Muñoz will get a couple more chances on this road trip. If he continues to trend in this bad direction, then yeah, let's talk about possible options. I think right now it is too soon. Muñoz has proven over the past 2 years that he is your closer. He is the all-star. He's having some issues, like Dan said, with command, probably throwing some mental issues. It's tough being a closer, tough coming out of the bullpen. I think, though, hopefully they can get things right, get a couple more save opportunities for him. But once again, the 14 earned runs in 25 appearances, that's concerning to me.
Here's the thing that really we talk about all the time in baseball is that the walks always come back to bite you. The Mariners had 5 walks in that game. You talked about the 2 that Andres gave up in the 9th. When a team walks a leadoff batter, that batter scores 45% of the time. Any other walks in a game, the average is that runner is going to score 30 to 35% of the time. So the walks always come back to bite you. And this Mariners team got bitten big time Sunday against the Tigers. And then just this other question, Chris, is, no one's saying anything about this, but Kevin McGonigal is the Tigers version of Colt Emerson. He's a rookie who's killing it, and he's got a great eye at the plate. Okay, so you
give him a bag. Give him the bag.
You got an open base at first base. You can load the bases with 2 out. You're going to face Gleyber Torres, who was hitless in the game. Of course, he's played well in the past, but he was hitless in that game. And so now you're facing this hot rookie, or do you face Torres? Who do you like your chances better against? And I kind of look at it. Everybody's leaning on Muñoz. You know what? Set him up to succeed. Maybe he should have faced Torres instead of facing one of their hottest young rookies in Kevin McGonigal, who's a stud.
No, I mean, he's going to be Rookie of the Year and maybe get more honors than that right now, the way he's hitting the ball. I think that's a great note right there. I think another note, it was the decision to bring in Cooper Criswell. This is somebody that has been pitching well, but, you're 60 games in. You got to figure out which pitcher to bring in at the right time. He struggled in that game as well, so I know Muñoz is taking a lot of the heat. But, Paul, great point. You got the bag, give it to him, and go with the stats there.
Yeah, it's funny. It's hindsight. We're here playing armchair manager, but it's fun to kind of look back and say, hey, maybe you should have done this, maybe you should have done that. But on the positive side of things, Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller both pitched great over the weekend. The piggyback talk got a lot of criticism, but in those 3 piggyback outings, Castillo's earned run average was 2.38, with opponents hitting just 130. That is tough to argue. He has pitched well. Now, he gave up only 1 run Sunday in 5 2/3 innings. Now it's 3 straight strong outings, Chris. And so the first half or the back half, the one half of that piggyback option is pitching well, and the other half's doing pretty darn well, too.
I mean, you mentioned the other half. Yeah, the rock's rolling, and Bryce Miller right now is pitching like the ace of this ball club. On Saturday, Bryce Miller, amazing. 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 9 Ks. He is dealing right now. He has pitched in 5 games this season. He's only given up 4 earned runs. Here was Bryce after Saturday's win.
Yeah, it was good. Definitely good to get full 6 innings in. It's been a while since I had clean 6, so I'll take that for sure. But yeah, it was good. It was hot. But
What do you think you did? What was best for you today? What was working best for you?
I mean, it's kind of picked up where I left off last week. The fastball was really good. The splitters were good throughout the game. Overall they were good. And then sliders were good also. And then when I went to the curveball and sweeper, they were good. Kind of got a little tired towards the end. Kind of lost a little bit of command, but we were able to, get it back and put a couple more zeros up and finish the game.
Right, you can always tell when Miller takes the mound when he's on his game, and he was certainly on his game at Comerica Park on Saturday, Chris. This dude throws high heat. I love the fact, maybe the thing that sticks out the most to me is that, this guy came back and he's healthy, and that's the most important thing. He had that 30 days of rehab. He worked down in Tacoma, worked up in Everett, got all the kinks out, wanted to make sure everything's operating at 100%, and we are clearly seeing that now with Bryce Miller. It's been fun.
No, he has been impressive, and Dominic Canzone on the offensive side delivering as well, Paul. Canzone hit a home run. It traveled 451 feet. That is the longest of his career. The longest since Cole Young took one 456 feet against Texas last July. Canzone, how about this? Third on the team in slugging percentage, 6th on the team in on-base percentage, 5th in batting average, 6th in RBI. He has 140 at-bats only, Paul. A lot of the guys have a lot more at-bats than that. I think Dominic Canzone has proven that, we need to see him in the lineup a little bit more this season.
Yeah, what's cool about this is, Canzone, and we talk about guys coming off out of the dugout, coming off the bench, pinch hitting, maybe only getting a start once every 5 days. And it's always tough, I think, for those guys to get their mind right, get them physically ready to go out there and perform and see the pitches that they need to see them. But this early in the season, Canzone struggled early. But the way he's playing now, he's shot that batting average up to 270, Chris. And we've seen him, and I talked about it last week on this show. The guy, he's a big man. He's put together well, and he can show, as he's done over the weekend, that he has that power.
Don't let the baby face fool you, Paul. This guy can smash it right. Bring those stats up one more time. I gotta take a look at Canzone's stats one more time, because I'm seeing these sometimes. I mean, that's last 14 days. Are you kidding me? 400 average. Look at that slugging percentage. 867.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just stroking the ball right now.
No, that's good, man. He's taking advantage of his playing time, and it shows at the plate. Let's talk some Cal Raleigh now. Fans dying for this guy to get back after more than 3 weeks away due to an injury. Cal suited up for the first time over the weekend. The big dumper made a rehab appearance in Everett. We talk about the uniforms, Chris. I love the Frogs unis, man.
This is his third at-bat of the game. Takes one up the middle. That's the base hit. It was sold out. Great day there to watch Cal play at Funko Field. Cal didn't catch. He was DH, as I mentioned, went 1 for 3. You saw the single right there. His first at-bat, Paul, this is the single, little replay. First at-bat, he almost took out of the park in right field. It was caught at the wall. Cal said it felt great. Here's his first at bat right here, Paul. Not bad. Took the first pitch, took it deep, and caught at the wall. But you like to see that. Cal said it, close. Cal said it felt good to be back, getting in some swings.
Yeah, it felt good. I thought my timing would be a lot worse than it was today, but I thought it was better, Ultimately, I was pretty happy with how the day went overall, so it was good. Good day.
Are you 100%? What are you feeling specifically on your side right now?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't feel it today. We're still just going to, monitor it and, hopefully keep progressing up, which I thought today was a step in the right direction, which is good. Be off tomorrow, be down in Tacoma on Tuesday. So, like I said, it was a good day overall. Very happy with how it went and felt really good and, didn't feel too foreign, so it was good.
Are you planning to catch on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'll catch Tuesday, yeah.
All right, Cal saying he's going to catch on Tuesday for the Tacoma Rainiers. Now, he was asked later on, Paul, how many innings. He thought maybe 4 to 5 innings on Tuesday. So if you're going to be heading to that Rainiers game, weather permitting
no
right
doubt,
now.
Man.
It's going to be next Tuesday. It's going to be like 90.
Yep.
It could be dicey this week, so keep an eye. They do have rainouts in Tacoma, so that will be interesting. Expected to play there on Tuesday and Wednesday if weather permits. See him going about 4 to 5 innings in that first rehab appearance. But we're going to hear from him again coming up soon and just get his thoughts. He's hungry to get back.
Oh, man, it's just great to see him in front of the mic before and definitely at the plate.